Heisman Trophy winner, college football analyst. Okay, let's go back to your pro day. Wasn't it a circus? Wasn't it like it was cameras everywhere?
I mean, this is quiet compared to ours. I mean, we had, and Pete let everybody on the field. Right now, they're not letting some people on the field, but there's actually a lot of scouts, a lot of teams here, obviously. But the bleachers that you can see around here were packed, and we had thousands of people in the stands. It was a circus. It really was, and we had a pretty exciting draft class, though. But this is very different than when I was coming out.
Yeah, you guys had 11 guys drafted that year. It was. I remember it being an event, and Pete now I could make the argument that Pete did you a favor because Pete wanted to create some anxiety for you. So let's see how you do it, and it'll show off to the scouts. How did your pro day go, Matt?
Oh, my pro day was horrible, Colin. I mean, it was just horrible. The pro day is about it's a job interview. It is a high pressure situation, so you want to see how you perform. But it's really just seeing the arm strength, seeing how the ball comes out of your hand, how you move around. And for me, I had private workouts right after with the Jets and the Titans where I threw really well. So I had much better workouts in that intimate setting. But for me, the pro day, I was throwing with receivers during the process of training, and then they didn't show up. So I had all brand new receivers. Not that it's an excuse, but I didn't work out with the guys that I threw with at my pro day. I missed a lot of, balls, and for whatever reason, maybe it was the pressure that got to me a little bit. But I think for me, I remember what I personally wanted to show. I wanted to show that I was more mobile and I could throw on the run that people thought, and that I had a stronger arm than people thought. And I think I did show both of those things. I just wasn't very accurate with the football, which was one of my strengths on tape. So, but for me personally, man, it was horrible. What a terrible day.
Well, let me ask you, if the Browns don't take him, I think the New York Giants may look at themselves and go, okay, timeout. We love running back Barkley, but I just don't think Sam's going to drop. We know Buffalo's desperate. Arizona's desperate. Cleveland's desperate. There are another 4 teams that maybe not desperate, but they need a quarterback. Could Sam hurt himself in the next hour? Could he hurt himself today?
Yeah, I think it's Cleveland or bust. I think we all know that. I think he's the consensus number 1 pick. I think Hugh Jackson has already fallen in love with him. I think he would have to be a train wreck today. He would have to really struggle throwing the football, and he's just not. He's just not going to. He's going to throw the ball well. And like I said, he's got the arm strength. He's got the size. He's got all the attributes you want. I think he's just going to go out there and spin it like he's done. So I don't think today – I do think the fact that he didn't throw at the combine, which to me was an interesting choice, but I don't think that hurt him. No one's ever going to remember if he threw at the combine or not. But today is his day. So today is the day where he can showcase his arm talent, his athleticism, throwing on the run, all of those things that he does extremely well. And I was just talking to Jordan Palmer a little bit ago, who's doing the workout. He said he's ready. They were actually hoping for rain. They were kind of hoping for rain so he could throw in the rain. And like you just said, it's a little cloudy, but it's not going to rain out here. So he's going to have great conditions to throw the football. And I don't think so. I think he would have to throw the ball in the dirt 50 times in a row for him to not go number 1 to Cleveland, in my opinion.
By the way, we have footage from your pro day. I was just told in my ear. You're making it sound like it's the worst day ever. I think we're going to roll this tape.
They probably cut the clips that I
let me see.
I completed the balls.
Okay,
right?
So you're tying your shoe.
You did a great job tying the shoe.
Boy, you look tall. Okay, you're going backwards.
How's my hair? My hair was solid. My hair was solid too in that day.
Let's see. Hold on here. Boy, you're quick. I don't know. That's pretty good.
You know what? So for me, it was footwork. It was all about my athleticism and my arm strength. And I think I showed that. I mean, it wasn't my greatest. I remember Norm Chow. Norm Chow was the OC for the Titans, and they were picking 3rd, and everyone thought I was going to go there. Obviously, they ended up picking Vince Young. But Norm after, I don't remember what he said, but he was like, Matty, you got to be better. I'm trying to pound the table for you. You got to be better. I was like, thanks, coach. I know it wasn't my best. So, yeah, but then I had a good workout for them the day after.
Yeah,
so.
I'm watching the tape. With the edited tape, you look pretty quick and nimble. Now you're just an old guy.
My feet look good.
Yeah.
My feet. Yeah. Now I can't bend over, man.
Okay. So I've heard you love Baker Mayfield. Okay.
And I've heard you hate Baker Mayfield.
Okay, then let's stop with hate.
Hater.
You hate Baker
I have
Mayfield.
added a couple of criticisms. I'm going to throw another one at you. So his coach is Lincoln Riley, who's a very smart kid. So Lincoln was either the offensive coordinator or the coach for Baker Mayfield. But he also,
Right.
Okay, here's a little story. So Lincoln Riley was the coordinator for a kid named Dominique Davis and a kid named Shane Carden at Eastern Carolina, and I'm showing these numbers.
Yep.
Okay, they had the exact same numbers. Well, not the exact same, but because obviously Oklahoma.
And they also played against much different level of competition, Colin.
Yeah, but Baker had Oklahoma players with him.
But here's the thing about Baker Mayfield that I love. You go back to, and we can talk about the Big 12 defenses. Trust me, there are holes everywhere. I mean, I could probably go out there and play and still throw the ball and complete against some of those defenses. But you turn on the tape against Ohio State, which is an NFL defense. You turn on the tape against Georgia, wasn't his best game, but some of the throws, he excelled on the highest level against the best competition, in my opinion, and he did it his whole career. You go back, Clemson a couple years ago, they got rocked, the offensive line. But the biggest thing about Baker and covering him the last couple of years, 2 years ago, he had P. Ryan, Mixon, D.D. Westbrook. He had great Oklahoma players, as you just said, around him. He loses all of those guys. Now, these are still big-time recruits. They're still good players, but they're young. Mark Andrews, probably going to be the first tight end taken in the draft, first-round pick. He was the mainstay from the year before. And look at Baker Mayfield, what he did this year with less around him, so to speak. To me, he elevated. He got better every single year. The system is great. Lincoln Riley is a great coach. Yes, all of those things attribute to having great numbers. But I do believe in my heart that I think he can be a really good NFL player. He's got to go to a right fit. He's got to go to some coaches who are going to be tough on him, coach the hell out of him, because he's a competitor. He's a grinder. He loves football, and he loves the big spotlight. He loves that center stage. So I think he's going to be fine. And our boy Joel Klatt is right next to us. And we both know you compare Manziel and Mayfield. You hate Mayfield. I'm sure he's going to come on here right now, too, and say the same thing. Get off the Mayfield. Get on the bandwagon. Let's go, man.
Jesus. Okay, I'm not listening. Klatt, he just doesn't like me personally. So, camera guy.
Klatt just rips you on your Mayfield and Manziel stuff. Come on, man.
All right,
come on.
Cameraman.
Just because he grabs his crotch against Kansas, you don't like him?
Come on, but that's unacceptable. You can't grab junk.
Oh, my gosh.
Hey, shake his hand before the game. Be a good sport. You're Kansas football, right? And then you go out there and you throw for 4 bills and 5 touchdowns, and they start talking smack. Hey, I probably grabbed my crotch a couple times and talked a little smack in my day, too.
What is going on?
Okay, camera person. Who's your camera guy? What's his name? What's your camera guy's name?
Jeff.
Hey, Jeff, give me a big wide shot here. Do we have Darnold yet?
There he is.
Where's Darnold? Oh, I don't want Klatt.
We got your boy.
Get Klatt. No way. All right.
Are we throwing yet?
Are we throwing?
We're throwing in a couple minutes, but like I said, the weather's good. I talked to Jordan Palmer. Sam's ready to go.
Okay.
Obviously, big Cleveland contingent here.
Yeah.
And all the teams to see him throw. So it should be a fun day.
Matty Leinart, Heisman, national titles, great hair. Good talking to you, buddy.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.